A Senate committee hearing reveals a high-profile family dispute involving millions of pesos held in accounts at two of the country's biggest banks. The widow of late businessman Eduardo Ty accuses his children of quietly draining his accounts while she was blocked from accessing even a single statement. Jin Kim has this report.
I didn't know that a family estate issue would turn into a national issue.
What began as a private family dispute has exploded into a national scandal after Gina T, widow of late businessman Eduardo T, laid bare before a Senate hearing what she claims to be the systematic plunder of her husband's multi-million peso estate by his own children from a previous marriage.
I didn't know that in the course of my grieving, I didn't know that money transfers were already being made by my stepchildren.
Gina claims that banks stood by silently and even enabled the movement of funds. Her husband died in 2021 due to COVID-19. Nearly 3 years later, she says she has yet to receive even a single bank record from RCBC or Metrobank, where most of his assets were held. When finally she was able to review accounts, Gina discovered suspicious withdrawals and checks that appeared to have been issued while her husband was already medically incapacitated.
So there is no way for the checks to be signed by my husband kasi COVID pa, naka-intubate pa siya. And nobody is allowed in the COVID ward. And then ang mas masakit po, Senator, as I mentioned to you during your show, was withdrawals were being made after his death. And alam naman po natin ng batas that pag may namatay na po, frozen na po ang mga assets.
Pero alam ba nung bangko, ma'am, na
Opo, kasi
away na yung husband
yes,
niya?
sir, because they even sent flowers to our house during
Okay,
the
so
way.
alam nila.
Opo.
She says Metrobank and RCBC refused to give her access to her late husband's balances, invoking the bank secrecy law despite her being the legal spouse.
And my argument with them was, what are you keeping the secret from when I'm the legitimate spouse?
It was only after she received partial data from RCBC that the alarm bells started ringing.
When I saw the amount, sir, I'm not sure if it's safe to share, but when I saw the amount, the balance of the 7 peso accounts, 6 figures lang po yun. And hindi po ako naniniwala na 6 figures lang yung balance ng asawa ko. Kasi that means mas marami pa akong pera sa kanya, which is impossible. My husband owns 3 companies in Surigao del Sur. We have 176 employees. So imposibleng 6 figures lang po yung balance ng account ng asawa ko.
Gina claims that after her husband's death, millions were moved, including to a company called Mighty Oaks Corporation, fully owned by her stepchildren. Senator Raffy Tulfo slammed the banks, warning that officials who evade accountability could face detention.
Once na dapat may pumunta sa inyo para magreklamo, ma-action agad kayo. 3 years na pala siya pabalik-balik. Ang bagal ng action ninyo. Until na nagsumbong siya rito, hindi pa sana kayo ma-action. Dito hindi ako papayag. Pa-imbestigahan ko kayo. Patatawag ko yung Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas kung kinakailangan. Every week mag-hearing tayo rito. Sige, 1-2 sawa tayo.
Senator Tulfo promised to subpoena Gina's stepchildren and continue the probe. The Senate is now eyeing policy reforms to ensure that widows are not left in the dark about their legal rights and their husbands' estates. Jin Kim, Billionaire News Channel.